Welcome, guys, to a brand new playthrough on the Marcanine channel. We're about to play Pokémon X. I'll admit, it has been a while since we've played a Pokemon game, so I'm excited to finally have the time to dedicate to this particular generation of Pokemon games. We've done at least one game in the first 5 generations, but we're now ready to move on to the Kalos region in Generation 6. Before we begin, I do want to go over a couple of things, set some expectations, and kind of like let you know how this playthrough is going to go. First, I want to say this overlay that you see before you, I made this myself, and I'm pretty stoked about that. There's a couple of little cool things going on here if you haven't noticed. First, let's talk about what you see over on your left, my right over here. We have the main upper DS screen here available, because that's where the main gameplay will take place. And then, of course, down at the bottom, you have the secondary bottom screen. Now, for the most part, when you're playing a Pokemon DS or 3DS game, the top screen is where the majority of the good stuff happens. However, occasionally, you'll see some good visuals or cutscenes or some other interesting things that happen on the bottom screen, so I wanted to make sure to include that. Like, if you look right now, this little animation thing going on right here, they didn't even have anything in the bottom right. It's just a black screen. Also, in the bottom left of the screen, you're going to notice that we have a scrolling marquee going from right to left. That has a link, not clickable, but a link for you to see on how you can join the official Marcanine Community Discord server. I'm very active there. I use it every single day. If you want to come talk to me about Pokemon or anything else, that's the place to do it. You can email me, mark@marcanine.com as well. I check that often, so feel free to shoot an email, insult me, compliment me, tell me how terrible I am at this game, whatever makes sense to you. Just shoot me a message if you're interested. And then also there is a link to the official Marcanine website. So if you go check that out, I do have stuff going on there too. Furthermore, there's a reminder that'll continue throughout the video in the bottom that's hopefully not too intrusive. That reminds you to like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. To the right of that, you're going to see that we have a vertical upwards marquee that shows the 8 Kalos gym badges. I'll be highlighting those and adding them as we start collecting them throughout the playthrough. And then, of course, immediately below me, we have 6 Pokeballs, which are representative of each of our Pokemon team members. Depending on which Pokeball we use to capture them, I'll be changing those as well. So as we continue, if we run into a Pokemon and I like use a Great Ball, the Pokemon will be overlaid here as well, so you can see it, and then behind it will be a Great Ball or an Ultra Ball or whatever particular ball that we run into. Okay? Now, let's talk about the game. Look at this. So if you pay attention to the screen right now, you're going to see the Pokemon X logo looks really, really sharp, and then right here, it doesn't. I modded the game to have enhanced visuals, so there are going to be a lot of really beautiful, crisp-looking scenes and gameplay moments, but occasionally there's going to be some things that look like this that are a little bit more pixelated. Keep in mind the resolution of the 3DS wasn't that great, so I'm working with what I got. However, the enhanced visuals that we have on here, there's a trade-off with that. Occasionally, scene transitions or certain gameplay moments might have lagged audio. In doing my testing, I found that to be the case. It's not terrible, but it is noticeable, so hopefully that doesn't like ruin the immersion of the experience as we run around Kalos catching Pokemon and such. Okay? The other thing is, too, about the game itself. So I modified the visuals, but I also modified some of the gameplay, and that big thing is, and if you watched it in my playthroughs, you know this, I made it so that any Pokemon that evolved through trades, they now evolve through leveling up. And if you want to know how to do that yourself, you can see that video that I've made actually on my channel with the instructions on how to do that. It's on the front page of my channel, and it's also in the link in the description box, so you can take a look at that. The other thing is that this particular playthrough is going to be heavily reliant upon your investment, involvement, and community feedback. So if you've been paying attention to the post, the previous of the community tab, but the post tab is what it's called now on my YouTube channel, you'll know that I reached out to ask you guys what particular Kalos starter I should pick to begin my journey with, and you guys made the right choice. There really was only one right choice, but you made it. And I'm going to be heavily leaning on that to engage with you guys, in addition to pinned comments that'll be at the top of the comment section of each one of the Pokemon X videos. I might not comment on every video, but I will be doing my best to engage with every single person that says anything at all on the channel here through the comments, and then pinned comments will be there to ask you, like, what Pokemon should we catch? What should the nicknames be? Like that sort of thing. Like, what about the outfits of the character? Things like that. So keep that in mind. Be sure to take a look at the comments. Be sure to take a look at the post section of the channel. Those are linked in the description box. I actually have like a community tab that if you click on it in the description box, it'll bring you to the post section of the channel so you can see that. But anyway, that's enough yapping. Let's jump right into it. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already done that. Okay, we're not going to watch this again. We'll jump right in. All right. Is it doing it again? Oh, oops. Okay, my bad. All right. You see, there it is, a little bit of the audio lag, but then it tapers out. It's not terrible. See, look how sharp this is. So much better than a 3DS. Dang, look at him. Welcome to the wonderful world of Pokemon. I am Augustine Sycamore, the Kalos Region's very own Pokemon professor. Also, I forgot to mention this. I do really terrible voice acting throughout the entire game. Pokemon's not really known for its voices because they don't really have actual audio voice actors for their games. But I fill in that gap, and I do it terribly so. So if it gets to be too obnoxious, well, sorry, I'm just going to do it anyway, but I do that. And sometimes I choose really, really annoying voices, but I'm also not consistent. So I might do like a British accent for this dude. Maybe later it's Australian. Maybe it's like Scottish. I don't know, whatever I'm feeling in the moment. I forget the tones of voices that I use for the characters. But anyway, let's proceed. Is that Makuhita, right? Hariyama Makuhita? Damn it. It's a terrible start. Let me see. Hold on. I can't let myself go embarrassed. Makuhita. Damn it, it's Hariyama. Damn it. Okay, so Makuhita evolves into this thing. Anyway. The world of Oz is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. These mysterious creatures can be found in every corner of our world. Some run across the plains, others fly through the skies, and others yet swim deep in the oceans. We live together with these Pokemon, lending our strength to one another to live and prosper. Does it bother anybody else how when you start out a Pokemon game, the Pokemon professor talks to you, the trainer who lives in that world, as if you've never heard of or seen a Pokemon before in your entire life? Like, I understand from a gameplay perspective, they have to, like, word it as if, like, maybe this is the first Pokemon game you've ever played, so it's an introduction. But if I live in this world, if I'm a trainer, like, I walk to school, I probably see Spearow flying through the skies, or Horrocross, like, you know, hopping through the trees, or Rattata jumping in the gutters and going down to the sewers and stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know. That always bothered me. Let's get started with some quick questions. Are you a boy or are you a girl? How dare you ask me that? It's 2025. How dare you? All right. And what do you look like? We must be going through like some sort of Skype call or something. Well, no, that's gone now. Zoom call, and he's like, I don't have my camera on or something, because how would you not know? I'm standing right in front of you, dude. Anyway. Oh, ho! I see. Would you tell me your name? See, another transition right there. All right. Let's take a look. What is my name? Ba-ba-da-ba-da-da. I'm loving it. No, okay, maybe not this, actually. Let's just, yeah. JK. Marcus 9. Marcus Aurelius. I spell it right? Yep. Cool. Let's go. See, I think Calum, I think that's the character's name is Calum. He looks really sharp, but I don't like the hats. Like, there's some moments in the game where he gets like a haircut and you can see the hairstyle, but his hat comes right back on and you can't take the hat off. The glasses, I think, look like something an old woman named Maud would probably wear. Not really my style. So it's Marcus, then. Did I get that right? See, I just changed the accent. That's good. Marcus, très bien. What a fantastic name. Très bien. Is that Spanish? Or is that French? Oh, I missed that line. Go and meet many Pokemon and people. Okay. Now let's go visit the world of Pokemon. You can read that. There it is again, that audio bug. Kind of Disney intro going on right now. What are you doing in my room, dude? Must be a house Pokemon, not a trainer Pokemon. In my mind, the 6 Pokemon that you carry with you have to be registered for battle. So you could have Pokemon that like live around your house. Maybe you have a Machamp that lifts heavy things, or an Alakazam that mentally, psychically does the dishes or something, but they're not registered for battle, so you can't take them with you. Wait, is this a Wii U? It's a Wii U. The gamepad even has a screen. Trash. Marcus checked the PC his dad gave him. I mentioned rule number 1. The X button opens up the menu. Rule number 2. Record your progress with save. Okay, so yeah, so you can see that the menu option is down here. It's very small, but I feel like that's probably essential to emphasize the gameplay and not like the tedious little touchscreen things, but whatever. Bag, Marcus, save, options. Okay, we don't have any reason to save just yet. Looking sharp, dude. Let's get dressed. Believe it or not, my hair when I was a little boy looked that blonde. Then I got older and everything started looking like trash. I actually really remember liking Pokemon X. And this is the second time I've ever played it, believe it or not. I haven't played it since it first came out. Which was, God, when was that? 2016, maybe? The Mega Evolution, I'm so happy it's coming back. The trading card game is bringing it back. It's coming back in Pokemon Legend Z-A, like, stoked.
Morning, Marcus. You sure slept well? All rested up from the move? It's about time you got going. Why don't you step out and say hello to the neighbors?
I thought Mom had some junk in her trunk, but I think that's just the coat wrapped around her waist, because, like, damn, you thick, Ma. In a very weird way. That surgery did not go well. That is a hell of a TV. It's a documentary about a Rhydon that overcame an injury to take on a big race. Why a Rhydon took on a race? Are Rhydons fast and I just don't know it? And the girl who struggled alongside it. Yeah, of course you struggled. It's a Rhydon. Legender, love you, buddy. My Pokemon knowledge sort of extends only so far to, like, the first 3 generations. After that, I sort of become an idiot. So feel free to correct me in a polite way in the comments if I ever say anything stupid. Because part of me, I was just like, is that Fletchinder? Did I say that right? Is that the wrong Pokemon? Am I right about this? See, look how sharp and pretty everything looks. That upscale looks great. See, but the transition, sometimes that happens. Welcome to Vanderbilt Town. I've lived here my whole life. My name's Serena. I'm your neighbor.
And I'm Shauna. Great to meet you. Guess what? We've come to get you.
The esteemed Professor Sycamore lives here in the Kalos region. I was told he has a request for 5 kids, including us, but I'm a little surprised he knows who you are. You did just move to Vanderbilt after all. Nope, I lived here forever. We went to the same class. I sit behind you in chemistry.
We'll wait for you in the next town over. And you know what? We're going to get a Pokémon. Come on, hurry, let's go.
Oh, man. There is nothing better than doing the worst possible voice you can think of for a character that does not look like they would have that voice. Man, this is, I think if they remade this game and just, like, enhanced the graphics like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, I'd be stoked on that. Just a Rhydon chilling on a blanket with a beach ball, that is fantastic. I'm curious, is she limited to just that particular patch of the brown sidewalk, or can she walk down here towards me? She can. Very cool. All right. I'm excited about that because I'm typically very disappointed in Game Freak and their programming.
I really want a Pokemon, then I can go wherever I want.
Then go buy him one, like a Pokeball, dude. You can buy like 20 of them for like $10 and then go catch a Butterfree or some shit. Like, it's not that hard. Sorry, I try not to cuss in these videos, but sometimes my mouth goes a little faster than my brain and then I say things. But we'll make sure that I keep that to a minimum. No F-bombs.
Oh, you must be the new young man from next door. Welcome to Vanderbilt Town. I just made some lemonade. Would you like to come upstairs and... Never mind. We have a daughter who is just about the same age of you. As you. If you meet our Serena, I hope you two will become good friends.
I'll be up in the room. See you in 20. Freshen up, girl. Oh, I can't click on any of these things. That's lame. Huh. Trash can is empty. I'm already enjoying this so much more than I did Scarlet and Violet. Sword and Shield were fun too, but Scarlet and Violet was just an overwhelming disappointment. Z-A looks good, but I'm not terribly excited about, like, the cityscape. I feel like the city is a little bit of a kind of a boring. I understand why they did it, but it's just like, it's kind of boring. I'd like to, I want to be out in the world a little bit more.
Vanderbilt Town is pretty nice, right? The Kalos region has lots of cool towns. I want to see them all when I get big.
Just walking into people's houses, NBD.
Oh, would you look at that? You've got on a pair of running shoes, my young friend.
They did not look like running shoes. They look like motorcycle boots, kind of.
I can't see a pair without thinking of the old jingle they used to play in their commercials. To dash, dash, dash in a flash, flash, flash. Press the B button to dash in a flash. Yeah, just press that B button.
Yeah, running away from that pervert. Chock full of Pokemon books and photo collections.
If the time comes, I hope I can trust my son with a Pokemon. Going out on a Pokemon journey really helps you mature, you see.
Cool, dude. I'll be up in your bedroom.
There's a kitchen upstairs, huh?
That Rhyhorn's like super duper big. I wonder how it does in battle.
Sorry, I didn't see what he said.
My boy is absolutely enamored with that Rhyhorn your mother brought with her. So this is how children come to admire Pokemon trainers, isn't it?
Whatever. Kid, go downstairs. Me and your mommy gotta talk. I'll be here. Okay, that joke's getting overdone. We'll move on. We'll move on. We'll leave it behind. It's alright. It's alright. We'll move on. Friends, acquaintances, passerby? How do you... Interesting. Can I... Let me see. So friends, acquaintances, passerby? Curious. Oh, I see. So it's... Those are probably phone numbers, I would assume. Is my guess. I think we've pretty much seen almost everything there has to do here.
Science is amazing. If you use communication technology, you can look all over the world for players who are playing at the same time you are. Then you can play together.
Actually, what does this say? Vanville Town, a town whose flower is about to bloom. Okay, easy. It's not a... Never mind. I was gonna make a comment, but it might have been just a little too crude.
Under the sea.
Oh, that was easy. We just, like, there wasn't even, like, a route. It was just, like, a driveway between towns.
Hey, Marcus, this way, over here. Marcus, this way.
I don't, what do you, oh, it's probably over on the left because that's where the text box is coming from. Huh.
We were just talking about you. Come on, have a seat.
This is the meeting place, Marcus. Here, let me introduce you. Everyone, this is Marcus.
I like how they have different colored text boxes so you know who's talking.
Wow, Shauna's description was spot on.
So Marcus, this is Tierno. He's got some serious dance moves, and this is Trevor. He never misses a single question on his tests, but he's a little shy.
All right, nice to meet you. You know, it'd feel like we're a closer crew if we call each other by nicknames. Can I call you Meister? What? No, he's a little M for sure. What do you think, Trevor?
What? You want me to nickname someone I just met? Shauna, you shouldn't put people on the spot like this. Well, how about something like, low-key, maybe, Big M?
Oh, God. Why don't you decide what we should call you? Lil M, Meister, Big M, F. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna pick my own for sure. Let's see. We're gonna go... Okay, maybe not that. Let's see what else we got. What should we call ourselves? Dang, it's too bad that I can't like ask you live right here. A nickname, huh? A nickname. Actually, of course. What am I doing? Why am I being so dumb? Why am I being so dumb? There's only one option that makes sense. Stupid. And we have enough characters for it. I like that they give you quite a few characters. I'm curious. Oops, wrong button. Does it? Okay. So, just as an interesting kind of like thought experiment, sort of, kind of, do you remember when in Gen 2, when they introduced the starters and then we found out that Totodile eventually becomes Feraligatr and it's G-A-T-R? If I'm not mistaken, it's because the earlier games didn't have enough spaces. It should have been G-A-T-O-R, but they shortened it because they didn't have enough for T-O-R in the games. And then now this has plenty of room for Feraligatr to be T-O-R, but they just kept the TR, and that's just how it's been forever. That's why it looks weird. All right, anyway.
You want us to call you... Oh, excuse me.
You want us to call you Marcanine?
Yeah.
Marcanine fits you perfectly. I'm sure we're going to be great friends, so I'll call you that too. Hey, can we see that Pokemon now? I want to meet my new partner soon.
I know, right? How do I do his voice? He's bigger and heftier, so I kind of want to have like a slack jaw.
I know, right? It was such a cool feeling when Trevs and I met our Pokemon. When Trevs and I... Oh, sorry, I was reading that line again. I thought it would push out of the way. Excuse me. Hope you feel the same way we did.
Oh, he brought him out already. All right, fire-type Pokemon Fennekin. So here's the thing about Kalos. I love Chespin. That is like Pokemon Design 101. He looks fantastic, but his evolutionary stages are freaking hideous, terrible. Fennekin, he doesn't exactly look like a starter to me. He's never really felt that way to me, but I like the design anyway. However, its next two stages are freaking awful. Froakie is perfect in every way. Froakie all the way to Greninja is ideal. Like, he just looks so freaking great, and Greninja looks fantastic. And Greninja also has, like, one of the coolest shinies. A pure black, like, stealthy ninja frog. Come on, dude. Are you serious? That's awesome. So we're definitely going to go with Froakie. But I need to find a GIF for this. Do I have... I should have one. Let me see.
Choose this Pokemon? Yes, indeedy.
That's my boy. Easy choice, right? All right, Froakie has joined the team in a standard Pokeball. And Froakie is, or at least his family line, his evolutionary line, is going to stick with us. I don't always keep the starter if I don't particularly like all the starters. We'll swap it out for something else. But I will keep Froakie and we will get Greninja. I'm not going to shiny farm for that. That's going to take absolutely forever. I thought about maybe doing like some sort of cheat, which I would have told you. I wasn't going to hide it. I'd be like, I'm going to turn on cheat so I can get a shiny Froakie, and then so on and so forth. But I'm like, maybe another time.
Would you like to give your Pokemon a nickname?
No, I'm good. I don't do that really either. I typically don't give my Pokemon nicknames unless you guys tell me to. And sometimes you guys give me really bad nicknames. I'm like, oh, don't make me do that. So I pretend not to see the comment. But I'm gonna be better about that. I will be upfront and honest. If you guys give me a nickname, I'm like, okay, yeah.
Okay, my partner is Fennekin.
I'm gonna stomp you, girl. I'm gonna stomp you. I think Serena, right? Is this one? I'm gonna stomp you. I can't tell. I can't remember. Serena, and then who's the blonde one? I don't know. Whatever.
Wow, we go together great. The two of us are just way too cute.
Nice to meet you, Chespin. I'm Serena. Okay, she's Serena. Then who cares? I forget the pigtail girl then. All right, whatever. Because of you, I can be a real Pokemon trainer. Thank you. Pardon me, but I have something for you from the professor as well. I have something that will help you understand Pokemon on a much deeper level.
Cool. Sounds good. I'm down.
So you see, the Pokedex I just gave you is a high-tech device that automatically records the Pokemon you encounter. Yeah, the reason you get one is because the professor wants us to go on a journey with our Pokemon and complete the Pokedex. To put it another way, it's an important mission for the professor. I'm sure of it.
Oh, lighten up, Trevs. You're way too serious sometimes. Marcanine, please take this with you, too. It's a letter from the professor. He said you should give it to your mom.
Why is the professor always giving letters and messages and privately hanging out with our moms when we go on this adventure?
All right, we're done with our errand for the professor. I guess Trevs and I will go look for Pokemon. Let's go, Trevs.
Trevs has a terrible bowl cut, but I certainly think he deserved glasses. In Kalos, kids are chosen to carry a Pokedex and go on an adventure, but you need to give that letter to your mom before you go. Dear Miss Marcanine, Marcanine is going on a journey for some untold amount of time, which gives you and I all the time we need to
Marcanine, wait! You're gonna be my opponent in a Pokemon battle.
Battling debut, whatever.
Okay, little Fennekin, it's our first battle. Let's win it with style.
Man, gone are the days where we actually had a rival that felt like a rival. Shauna, that's it. Okay. Like, I want a freaking trainer that's like a total a-hole D-bag that is just a jerk. I miss that. Where is freaking Gary Oak / blue or green, I guess, when you need him? Look how sharp everything looks. All right, let's pound this thing. Actually, Bubble is gonna do some major damage here too. We started out with an elemental attack. 3 attacks? I think actually in later generations, didn't Game Freak remove Bubble? I think they removed it because it was too similar to other attacks, and so they just scrapped it. Like, it's like, if you look, for real, because I think if you take a Pokemon that has Bubble and you transfer it up to Pokemon Home, I think it has some weird message, like something to the effect of it's a placeholder move, or it'll keep Bubble there, but it'll say, this is a placeholder move, it doesn't work anymore. It'll either disappear or you'll get a new move when you transfer it into a more recent game. It's really weird. I didn't know that until like the past few weeks, actually, while I was setting up for all this. I was like, oh, Bubble is no longer a thing.
Hey, I wasn't done watching my cute little Fennekin yet.
Then maybe you should have done something other than tail whip, dude.
You're amazing, Marcanine. Here, let me fix up your Pokemon. For what? You didn't even hit me. Say hi to your mom for me.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Anyway. Oh, we can run. The camera angle changes. I don't really like that because it makes me automatically want to like put my finger on the joystick or the D-pad in a way that like I didn't before, and then he runs in an odd direction.
So, what did you and the neighbor kids end up doing? Wait 1 second, Marcus. Is that a Pokeball you have there? You got your very own Pokemon? Lucky you. How about that? You're a Pokemon trainer now, too. Congratulations. Huh. A letter from me? It says it's from somebody named Sycamore. What could it be? A love letter?
I knew it. I knew it. Sycamore's pounding our mom. I knew it.
Wow, what lovely handwriting. Okay, look, lady. Seriously, okay? Dial it down a little bit, all right? Just tone it down. Tone it down, okay? Rail it in. Just bring it in. What do we have here? A request. Oh, I see. Sycamore wants to go to dinner. Marcus, we barely unpacked and all kinds of exciting things are happening. Okay, let's get you and Froakie ready for your journey. Here you are, Marcus. I even packed a change of clothes. My, what an unexpected turn of events. It's just like a sudden last burst of speed from a racer in a Rhyhorn.
I can't. Okay, we need to figure this out. What is Rhyhorn's base speed? Let's see. RHY HORN stats. Okay, so Rhyhorn height, weight, level, base experience, yield. Is there a where's the stats? I love Bulbapedia so much. All right, base stats. Speed 25 at level 50, 27 to 84. Its base speed stat is 25, and it can go up to 84 by level 50, and then it'll double that and go to 163. That's close to double anyway. 163 max. Its HP can go to 364 at level 100, 295 for attack, 317 for defense, 174 for special attack, 174 for special defense. I'm actually really surprised that special attack is kind of crap. I would think that it would be different. I didn't know that. I didn't know. Well, I guess that's Rhyhorn, not the later evolutions. But its base speed is 25, and it can go up to 163. It's its lowest stat. Who watches that race? Who? I don't know. Maybe they have like, maybe it's like a turtle race type thing. I don't know. That's a little bit goofy. Whatever. Rhyhorn race. Unbelievable.
You made friends. You met your Pokemon. And now you get to take a lap around Kalos. Oh, and don't forget this. Mark received the condoms. Oh, town map. Sorry. Never be too safe, kids. Adults. You know how to use a town map, right? Let's just say no. Press the X button to open the bag. Next, use the plus control pad to select the key item's pocket. Select the town map, and doing a lap around the Kalos region will be a snap. I don't know what this Professor Sycamore wants you to see on your trip, but taking a journey with your Pokemon is a really wonderful experience.
All right, Mom. Sounds good, Lates. Later, Tates. All right. Oh, Rhyhorn's here. Are you going to race? Jesus! The whole camera's shaking.
What a card. I guess Rhyhorn just wanted to give you a big send-off for your journey. Well, it has known you since you were born, after all. Good luck, Marcus. Go for broke, and don't worry. You'll have Pokemon by your side, so you'll be fine.
Thanks, Horny. I can feel like a theme of jokes coming on here. We'll mix it up, I promise. See, I'm fighting the urge to adjust my hand. All right, so we are in Aquacord Town. Bing, bang, bada boom, bada beady bop, bitty boop. All right, we'll take a look around, see if there's any interesting things lying around here. We don't have a lot of money, but we should get stocked up on Pokeballs at the very least. We're going to talk to everyone. We're going to look under every rock. We're going to look into every waste bin, etc.
Do you love Pokemon?
Yeah, sure, dude.
Me too, aren't they great?
Come on, give me a better reason to engage with you. If I said no, what would be the point there?
Here, this potion is for you. Feel free to use it.
I mean, it's for me, so I feel like we should use it.
Potions can heal Pokemon wherever and whenever.
I can't remember all the outfits, but I don't like his bag. I would like to get a different bag, and I certainly want to get a different hat. You can remove the glasses, you just can't remove the hat. which is a little silly. I think the best hats are a little bit later down the road. Also, too, I don't know if you knew this, but the Pokemon trading card game actually revealed to me for the first time. This isn't recent. I knew this. I've known this for a little while, but I'm finding more and more people didn't actually know this. That if you look on the shelf, this is a good example of this, but the trading card game revealed to me what the items actually look like that you get, because you get very pixelated, tiny, itty-bitty little sprites, but you can kind of see it here. But potions, for example, the purple and the orange, it looks like. The purple definitely is a base potion, and that is a spray, actually. It's a healing spray. That little, like, milk carton thing with the green base of it, that's the full restore, I think. And then the yellow canisters are, I want to say, full heals, I think. The orange ones, I'm not too sure. The paper bags, and then the other thing to the left of the full restores, I don't know what that is, but anyway. Welcome. We only sell the best potions. Okay, what else do you have? Gel potions only. I mean, when he said we only sell the best potions, I didn't think that he meant, like, the only thing they sold were potions. Homeboy needs to expand his inventory. How can we humans possibly feel well when our Pokemon aren't feeling well? Come see me anytime your Pokemon aren't doing well. I'll take care of them. Is this the equivalent of a Pokemon Center because there isn't one in town? I'm trying to talk to you. Hey, over here. If you want to be more fashionable, you might want to go to Santaloon City. The boutique in Santaloon City has many items that are popular with young men. Santaloon. Photo spot is still under construction. Is there really anything? What is the Pokemon or Pokeball icon here for? What does this do? Wait. What is this? Specialized. Oh, only Pokeballs. Perfect. I do want that. Pokeball. How many would you like? I'll buy 11. See. Perfect. Okay. So, anything else? No, we're good. I think we're good. We got the one Posh. We got a handful of Pokeballs, so we're good there. And I'm not certain that there's anything else really in town that we need at this point. What's back here? Hey, kid, you want to buy some smack? Oh, nope. I'm good, dude.
Hey, Pokemon trainer, if you set foot in the tall grass, a wild Pokemon will pop out. But you'll be fine, because your Pokemon partner will bow for you.
He must be from the Midwestern region. Okay, so we get potions and Pokeballs. Let's go ahead and take a look. That's next. Now, before we move on, I am going to be referring to Bulbapedia to give us all the information that we need, because I really would like this playthrough to be as thorough as possible. And Bulbapedia's walkthroughs are fantastic. So I'll be looking over that stuff and providing as much commentary I can based on what is coming up next. So before we proceed, let's go ahead and review. Route 2, or is it Avance? A-V-A-N-C-E? Avance Trail connects Aquacord Town and Santaloon Forest. The path is a bit longer than Route 1 and has several patches of tall grass that wild Pokemon love to hide in. There is one trainer in here, a youngster named Austin, and there's a handful of Pokemon that you can find that are, well, some are exclusive. Well, there's not really a great choice here. So what we have in both X and Y, we have Bunnelby, Fletchling, Scatterbug, Zigzagoon, and Pidgey are all available in X and Y from levels 2 to 4, more or less. Pidgey seems to be the rarest appearance of all those. I was going to say drop, but whatever. Weedle is exclusive to X, while Caterpie is exclusive to Y. Fletchling's not terrible, but I'm surprised. Well, not really surprised. His evolutions have, he's a flying fire type, but at base, he's only a flying type. Okay. And this is Route 2, technically. And then we'll get to Santaloon Forest, which has a few more trainers and a few more Pokemon, actually. And some of which... Oh, there actually is a Pokemon or two here that I really want to get. I'm just reviewing. Okay, worry about that in a minute. All right, let's focus on this. Let's go beat this trainer, youngster Austin, and then build up our team a little bit. Well, right now it's Froakie only. Pidgey! Look how sharp that is. All right, level 3. Let's fight and let's pound this thing. I'm gonna pound you. Yeah, Pidge, pound you. We'll take a little bit of damage. That's all right. I wonder if the upscaling for the visual enhancements here is like some, like, if this was done manually, if it was like some sort of AI thing. We took some serious damage, actually. That's all right. We should be able to get at least one more battle win. So I'm just going to go ahead and just run through and level this up. Oh, looks like Shauna's chilling over there. Little psycho. Fletchling. I don't know that Fletchling is a necessary Pokemon for me right now. He's not a fire type, so this isn't going to be double damage. He's only flying at this stage. But he's weaker, so he just took the damage anyway. I don't know that I need Fletchling now, because there should be at least one other fire type that I can get before I need to have a fire type, and there should be quite a few flying type Pokemon that I can choose from by the time I get the HM for fly, so it really doesn't matter. Although, considering we are going to the forest, a flying type Pokemon might not be a bad idea if you want to go ahead and grind out some bugs. Get some experience points that way. So we're going to go ahead and just do this just for a little bit. We're going to build up our level up. Ideally, I would like to be level 10 soon, but these guys are so low level, it's just like kind of, I don't know. What am I thinking? Shooting fish in a barrel, kind of. Especially when they use, like, growl and stuff. Also, did you notice the animations for this are, like, really good for the generation? There's so many games that Game Freak or even maybe third-party companies, like teams or whatever, made outside of the core series, I think, that have really fantastic animations, and then we get Scarlet and Violet, and that just, like, sucks butt with animations. Yeah, I think we'll go and heal from here, because we're so close. I don't want to get KO'd. I'm not doing any sort of, like, Nuzlocke or any sort of, like, playthrough details like that. Or challenges like that, I should say. But yeah, I'm here for the story, and hopefully you're here for the commentary. This isn't the right one, right? It is her. Okay. Yeah, let's rest up. We'll grind up. If we can get to level 10 within a reasonable time frame, that would be excellent. I don't like, if you watch my other playthroughs, I don't like grinding while recording. I like to keep the meaty bits, you know? If I'm catching Pokemon, if I'm doing something interesting, okay, cool. We'll record it, let's talk about it, let's engage with that. But if we're just gonna be grinding out, no thanks. That's just boring. And it's funny too, because I get so many people that are like, wow, like, how did you get such a high level? It's like, what do you mean how? There's only one way. Just grind out in the grass. I'll throw Netflix on or something, and I'll just grind out and just mindlessly beat the crap out of things for a few hours. Get to a level that makes sense for, you know, what I'm doing. Because it's weird. As a kid, when you're playing these games, at least the first couple of generations, I think of this mostly with red, blue, and yellow in my mind. But the first few generations of Pokemon games, as kids, we didn't really we're like, wow, like, how do you take on Brock? How do you take on this gym leader? You know, how do you take on Faulkner? Like, whatever. And it's like, just grind, dude. It's not hard. It's like literally the easiest thing in the world. Just go and beat up like a bunch of Pidgey and Rattata or like Mareep or something like that. Just, you know, get that level, son. But like, as kids, we're so dumb and we're like, oh man, it's so tough. It wasn't. It wasn't tough. It was easy, dude. Now I feel like Pokemon has, I don't want to say this definitively because it's probably not accurate, but I feel like I see far more adults invested in Pokemon games and merchandise and everything than I do like young kids. And I don't want to say that Pokemon is targeted for just young kids, but like it kind of is, right? But I think like it's almost like saying Disney animation is for kids, and I don't like that either because it's like it's family, it's for family. And so I want to say Pokemon extends itself in the same way, because I just don't want to say it's for kids, because like I love it so much and I'm so invested in it, and I like, you know, tons of merchandise and the trading cards and whatever. Like I don't want to say that it's for kids. But I just say that to make myself feel better. But I see so many more adults, like, you know, and I think a lot of the kids that we see invested in Pokemon these days now, it's a lot of adults like sharing, you know, their love and passions for Pokemon, and then their kids get into it. And when I have kids someday, I'm certainly gonna do the same thing. I don't have kids now, but like someday when I do, I will be getting my kids into Pokemon as well, for sure. I think there's I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's every once in a while viral videos that show up on, you know, Instagram or TikTok or wherever, little short videos, and it's a little baby that's just like learning to crawl, and they put like 3 Pokemon starters out in front of them, and then they crawl to like whichever one. And I think that's not only adorable, but it's also very funny to watch like the parents, especially if both parents are Pokemon fans, and they're like, they have different starter favorites, and they're like, no, go choose Squirtle, no, choose Charmander. Bulbasaur gets shat on from the original Kanto trio, but I gotta say, man, I actually started to like Bulbasaur a lot, especially Venusaur, just because it's like, it's got great utility. They all do, really. They all do. But I really like Venusaur shiny. And I will dare even say that I like it the most out of the 3 Kanto, like, shiny lineup. Like, Squirtle's is cool because he has a different colored shell, but for the most part, it's just a light pigment. Froakie suffers from this too, where it's just like a different pigment of blue. But I really like how Bulbasaur at first starts off at just a darker shade, which looks better than his base shade in my opinion. But then once his bulb flower starts to blossom, it turns yellow as opposed to the standard pink. So Ivysaur looks pretty cool, and then Venusaur looks rad. Now Charmander and Charmeleon are kind of boring, in my personal opinion. As are Squirtle and Wartortle. Blastoise is disappointing entirely. Like, I just wish he had something more distinct in his style. It just doesn't really, I don't know, I'm just not impressed with it. Charizard is the one that it's so popular, I don't like it as much anymore, right? Charmander is my favorite starter, and always has been, before it was cool, right? And then you get, you eventually get Charizard who can fly, and then he gets a shiny that's also black, a black freaking flying fire dragon. Are you kidding me? How is that not amazing? Like, but it's so popular, and everybody loves it so much that I'm just like so tired of it now. Truth be told, if ever there's a starter and Charmander is an option, I'm choosing it. Second favorite starter is from Gen 2, Totodile. And then third favorite starter is Trico from Gen 3, I think. And then from there, I don't really care. Those 3 starters are my mains. I do love Cyndaquil too, though, a lot. But those 3 are my 3 favorites. Uh-oh. I don't want to get poisoned here. That's inconvenient. But Charizard being a black dragon is just so default cool that it's just it makes it not cool to me. And that leaves Venusaur with a giant rad yellow bulb. I just think it looks really cool. I love that. I love that so much. I do think, though, just speaking of starters as well, we've really struggled, I think, in later generations to make, really good starters. I absolutely loved, what was it? Scorbunny? I love Scorbunny. Rad design. But then its evolutions look like, I don't know, I don't like its mid-tier, and its third tier looks like a Fortnite skin. And it's funny because, I hear a lot of people say that, but I think a lot of people, they're not just repeating it because it's a popular sentiment. I think a lot of people arrived at that same conclusion. I can't say that I arrived at that on my own. Maybe I did hear it from someone, but I couldn't agree more. I just don't like it. The bipedal humanoid look of Pokemon, you can do it sometimes. We had that with Machamp, in Gen 1. Even Charizard and Blastoise stand on their hind legs, so it's that isn't terrible. But there's far too many that are like that. But Scorbunny is rad, and then disappointing, evolutions. And then after that, kind of the same thing, man. I haven't really liked a starter since Scorbunny. I would I think, I don't remember, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please, but I don't remember if whether or not there was, is it the Everstone that allows you to, the Pokemon to hold it and they don't evolve? But they don't get to keep their same level of stats as if they do evolve, right? Their stats are higher than normal, I think, by not evolving, but it doesn't match. Because a level 100 Charmander versus a level 100 Charmeleon or Charizard, they're not going to be the same, right? Charmeleons are going to be higher and Charizard is going to be the highest. But I would like it if there was something you could do where it was okay, the difference between Charmander and Charizard for the most part is that Charizard has wings and can fly, so Charmander will never fly. But there's got to be something in the games where it's I love Charmander more than Charizard. Let me keep him as Charmander, but let him have the same stats as Charizard. Not all the same moves, because he doesn't have wings, so he can't learn Fly or Wing Attack or Gust or whatever. And from a certain standpoint, too, it's like Charmander is a fire lizard, but he's not a dragon, right? He's not a dragon like Charizard is, so he doesn't get the dragon moves. He just gets, you know, standard fire moves. I would love to see that be a thing, because if that'd be the case, I'd have Score Bunny on me when we get to that generation, and I would just keep it as that. If there's a mod for that, I'll probably deploy that, but I don't know. It's just one of those things that I think about this sometimes, you know? If I don't like the evolutionary stages, I very much would like to keep them at the stage I do like, but still get the benefits. Nice, level 10. Sweet. Let's go heal up and then we can move on. Lick. I'm gonna say yes, actually, because we have Pound and Growl. We'll get rid of Growl, because I don't think, like, Growl and Tail Whip, I could never imagine keeping those at, like, later stages. Lick is good because it causes paralysis, and that'll be very helpful with Froakie as our level 10 main right now. And then I think it evolves at, what, 16, I think? Okay, you are the healer, and then we can move on. Alright. So Shauna should be sitting here right after this patch of grass. Oh, come on now. The other thing is, too, that I have to remember is that, like, later games make shiny Pokemon, like, obtaining them so much easier and make them more common. So I'm excited. I never got a shiny in Pokemon X when I had it. But I'd very much, you know, looking forward to the possibility.
Oh, hi, Marcanine. Come learn how to catch Pokemon with me. Serena's mom and dad are amazing trainers. That's why she knows so much about catching Pokemon and battling.
Well, Mom and Dad may be good, but that has nothing to do with me. Okay, now watch carefully, you two.
I think it'd be really cool. I'm not controlling this, obviously. I think it'd be really cool if Game Freak decided to, at some point, create a Pokemon game where, like, you start off as one trainer, and then all the sequels, it's like you keep that same trainer. So that way you have the same trainer ID. You can keep the same Pokemon, which you can do now anyway through, like, trading and tools and stuff like that. But, like, let there be sequels where you can just stay as that character and travel to, like, other regions, and maybe the character ages a little bit or something like that. You know, I think that'd be dope. Each one of those games you can create a new character if you want, but, like, you can keep your same character. I think that would be cool. It'll never happen, I'm sure.
Wow, the Pokemon went inside the Pokeball? It's almost like I've never lived in this region before, or in a world of Pokemon. Crazy!
Shauna, what do you think your Fennekin is inside of right now?
That is a very good point. That low-key, Serena's telling Shauna that she's a dumbass right now.
Here, I'll share some Pokeballs with the two of you.
How many did you give me? That's weird that you were able to buy Pokeballs before being gifted Pokeballs prior to being shown how to catch Pokemon, even though they could show you how to catch Pokemon after you have the option of catching your own Pokemon. Weird. That usually doesn't happen like that. Usually they would have stopped you before you get to the first patch of grass.
Pokeballs! Do you think I can catch Pokemon with them too?
Sure, you can catch the Pokemon around here just by throwing a Pokeball near them.
Okay, if I find a cute Pokemon, I'll throw lots of Pokeballs at it, and then we'll become friends!
When you catch a wild Pokemon, it makes your Pokemon stronger too.
How does that happen? Is that true? Oh, maybe it's because they did that thing where catching Pokemon now constitutes XP? Wasn't that a thing? Don't you still get XP for the frontrunner? I don't remember, but I feel like that's a thing, no?
Okay, if I find a cute Pokemon, I'll throw lots of Pokeballs at it, and then we'll become friends.
We can just get out of here. We've already battled enough for this. Can I hide away from the grass? Ah, here's the youngster. Oh, wait, did he... Look at that. He actually turns to you. Look at that. He's got head tracking. Does he see me here? Ah, I walk right into it. I was gonna read the sign.
When two trainers' eyes meet, a Pokemon battle must begin.
Kid, I'm gonna kick your butt. All right, youngster Austin. He's going to throw out a level 5 Zigzagoon, a normal type Pokemon that probably only knows a couple of moves. I would have to imagine it's likely just like Growl and Tackle at this point. I can't imagine it has any beneficial attacks. I probably could have just used Quick Attack there, and that might have one-shot it, but... Tail Whip, there it is. Okay. Wasn't exactly a great animation, but I understand. All right, I'm going to pound you now. Turn around. Bam! That was more like a bee slap. Nice. All right. All right. You'd have told me you were strong. Heck yeah, I did. Or I should have. What does it say? This is the forest, right? All right, Santaloon Forest ahead. Okay. All right. I think this is probably a good point for us to stop. I think we've talked about quite a lot. We have set ourselves up for success. We have a beautiful Froakie that you can see down below at level 10 now. The youngster Austin didn't stand a chance. We're going to go into the forest and head over to Santaloon where we'll see actually... I'll save it for now, what my plan is. But I have a list of Pokemon right here regarding Santaloon Forest. And then we'll get the items in there. We'll take on the trainers. We'll level up a little bit. There's a handful of Pokemon I want to obtain. Maybe. At least one. And then we'll get over to Santaloon, and then we'll do some customizing for the character, and then we'll continue on and prepare, presumably, for our first gym battle. I don't know if Santaloon has the first gym, but it might. Because it kind of feels like we started out in Pewter, then we got to the routes, and now we're getting ready to go into Viridian Forest. That's what it feels like to me. And you'll see why, because of the Pokemon that I want to catch in this next episode. In any case, though, as I said earlier on in the video, setting the expectations here, be sure to engage in the comments because I'm going to ask questions, and I'm going to ask you guys for things like what sort of Pokemon we should catch, what sort of nicknames we should do, and all that stuff. And I'll keep the links in the description box regarding our playthrough for Bulbapedia as well. So if you're interested, you can click on ahead and you can see what Pokemon are available if you don't want it to be a surprise and you want to know. That way you can say, hey, Marcanine, I want you to catch this Pokemon, and I want you to choose this nickname for it or something like that. Keep it appropriate, of course, but, you know, it can still be funny. So, like, there's, you know, keep it PG-13, I'd say. Roughly in that ballpark, I think would be all right. In any case, though, we've spoken a lot, we talked a lot, we've got some great things coming up, so I'm stoked about this. Hopefully you enjoyed this first episode of our Pokemon X playthrough. We have so much more ahead, and I hope that you will stick around with us as we continue our journey through Kalos and grow our relationship with Froakie and the other Pokemon that'll be joining us very, very soon. In any case, as I said earlier, hit that like button if you haven't done so already, and if you haven't subscribed to the Marcanine channel, be sure to do that. I have a lot of really cool Pokemon playthroughs on the channel, and a lot of other non-Pokemon things, too. I think I might leverage and lean into Pokemon a little bit more from this point forward, but if you are looking for something else other than Pokemon to watch, I have over 3,000, nearly 4,000 videos on the channel, so there's tons of stuff for you to enjoy, so be sure to check this out. But in any case, thank you for watching, and also don't forget to take a look at the description box too. There's some links there that could be of interest to you, such as the links you see in the scrolling marquee in the bottom left, such as a link to the Marcanine community Discord server. If you do want to be part of that group, you can come chat with me directly. Otherwise, just know that I appreciate you and your time, and I hope to see you when we continue in part 2 with our journey to Kalos through Santaloon Forest and off to Santaloon City. But anyway, that's it for me. Take care, be well. I hope to see you then. Later.